Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Bangers and Mash. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Hussein,
And I am his co-host, Mash.
and today we have a very special guest with us, Abby. Hi, Abby. How's it
Hello.
going?
Good. Thank you
Uh,
for having me.
yeah, happy for you to be here. Really glad you could make time for us. Mash, before you got here, Abby and I were just talking a little bit about her bookshelf. I don't know if you can tell, it's color coordinated. It
I
looks
was
so sick.
actually gonna bring that up right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very color coded, and I always see it like we're
Mhm.
in our Zoom classes. Is there, so what's your system for, is it just based on color, or
Yeah.
do you have book
Okay.
series? Yeah,
Yeah.
explain.
So I was explaining to Hussein, the first two shelves, no, the first three shelves are fiction, color coordinated. The next two shelves are nonfiction, color coordinated. And the last shelf is just like series. And I don't know why I can't have the series apart. Like that would
Yeah,
break my brain. So
yeah.
That makes sense. Like you
yeah,
have to
but
keep
it
all the
kind
Harry
of
Potter together.
yeah, exactly. It kind of worked out where like my books are all at the top because I only read fiction, and then my boyfriend's books are the next few because he only reads nonfiction. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
that's my system.
yeah. Do you have a all-time favorite book or author?
Oh, okay. A few of my favorites. Well, my I would say my favorite books. We've Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson.
Okay.
She's like the mama of horror.
Mama,
Mama of horror.
what's the name of the book again? Let me just remember that.
Oh yeah, you should read it, Mash. So We Have Always Lived in the Castle by
Yep.
Shirley Jackson. Yeah, it's spooky, it's fun. Um, I really love it. It's a
It's a
classic.
movie too.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's very good.
Okay.
Yeah, book is so good though, so good. And then I love a good old Stephen King book too.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, so like The Shining, Misery. Yeah, those are good.
And how do you feel? I mean, we kind of touched on this a little bit, but when it comes to like film adaptation of books, are there any that you like, or do you think like they're all garbage, or is there some kind of happy medium?
They're not all garbage. No. I feel like there is one I mean I like The Shining. It's very different from the book though.
Classic.
Um but they're like different in good ways. Like I think like the book gives you something that the film doesn't, the film gives you something that the book doesn't. Um so I
Hmm.
think I think it is nice when they're a bit different from each other, and like the director does their own take of it. Um
Hmm.
what else? That's a hard question.
And
I mean,
I feel like it's going to be almost impossible to appease all fans when making a
yeah.
film adaptation because when people are reading a book, they're going to picture characters and scenarios in their mind a certain way, and then when you see it on screen, most of the time it's going to look different, and I think that upsets a lot of readers, and that's why they
Yeah,
don't like a lot of
no.
film adaptations.
Yeah, for sure. I always like reading the book first because of that. I'm like, I like
Mhm.
to not be tainted, not have the characters like I'm like imagining the actor, and then it's like weird.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
I
like,
watched the Harry Potter movies before I read them, or sorry,
mhm.
listened to them because I use Audible, and I had those actors in my head the whole time, like
Oh,
through
that's
all
so
their growth phases, like
You know, it's crazy. I don't remember what I pictured them to be like before I saw the movies. Because
Mhm.
actually, I guess I never did because the movies came out like when I was really young. But
Yeah, I think the
and
first one
yeah,
was
I
like
guess I
2000
never
or
got the
something or
chance.
99. Yeah.
I never got the chance to picture them. Where
Mhm.
like people definitely did picture them before the actors.
So let's say that today that you have a friend that's never seen or read Harry Potter. This is a question for
Mhm.
both of you. What would you get them to do first? Would you get them to read the books first, or would you get them to read the movies first?
I think books. I'm always like
Mm-hmm.
team books. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually I'm tutoring a girl in fifth grade, and she's reading the books for the first time, and
Yeah.
she's never seen the movies yet either. And I was like, that is so exciting. Like I wish I could be you and like
Mm-hmm.
experience that all again at the age of like
Mm-hmm.
10 years old. Like this is the perfect age because you're like growing up with them.
Yeah.
So how about you, Mash?
honestly, like I would.
Because you have a different experience than us because you watched the movies first.
I don't know. I just think like this might be a hot take, but for the Harry Potter books, I don't think it matters. Like,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh.
like I genuinely don't think it matters which you see first. Or like if you see the movies and you never read the books, that's
There are
fine.
people like that.
You know,
Yeah.
you still get more or less the same experience because it's such a big franchise. Like
Mhm.
you can fill in the gaps very easily if you missed something somewhere, you know. Yeah. For like stuff like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones, I feel like books are more important for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You don't
Okay.
think so?
I don't know
I
because go
no.
ahead, Abby. Go
Oh,
ahead. What did
sorry.
you
I
say?
was gonna say I'm not a high fantasy girl. Like, I don't think I will ever read Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones because I'm like,
Good.
it's too much.
No, I get that. I get that. And I think Lord of the Rings, the movies are so incredibly well done, you know. And I haven't seen or read Game of Thrones. That's not true. I watched some of it. But as far as Lord of the Rings goes, the books are very long and they start very slow, and it's very hard to digest, I think, unless you have the
Yeah.
patience and like you're adamant about reading it. If it's like just, oh, I just kind of want to explore it, I think it's going to be tough to get through.
Yeah, and I have the audiobooks for Game of Thrones as well. Like
Mhm.
it's very hard to read or like listen to. Like the language is so difficult and like my vocabulary is not the biggest, but like still it's just like, huh? Like, you know, like I'm reading and I'm like what?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like Dune too. I'm not gonna read that book. But
Fair.
I love the movie. I love it.
Yeah.
That
The
is
one that
just
came out
like
recently, right?
I think it comes out in December. I'm really
That's the
excited.
second part. I think the first part came out a few months ago. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
The first Dune?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah, it
seen
came.
it. Yeah, it's ages ago.
No, not the old one. I'm talking about the one with Zendaya.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Zendaya?
think
You mean
Potato,
Zendaya?
tomato, whatever. Okay.
No, it's not whatever.
that came out like 2 years ago, Hussein.
Was it not just like a few months ago?
Yeah, and Zendaya was only in it for like 2 seconds.
Whatever.
That's
Zendaya was in it. Okay.
Do you have a celebrity crush on Zendaya?
Me?
No,
Me?
I was asking Hussein, but do
She
you?
was she was phenomenal in Spider-Man in the Spider-Man trilogy. She was so good in those movies, I think. You know, no doubt about that.
Mhm.
I think Zendaya is an amazing actress, singer, and dancer, and she's very, very beautiful. But she's not particularly my celebrity crush, I would say.
Yeah.
I
I feel
used
like
to
we were
watch.
having this celebrity crush conversation in class recently. I don't know which class it was. Um, but we oh, it was in phys ed. We were asking Mark who his celebrity crush was. And I
What
don't
did he
remember
say?
what Mark said. What did Mark say? Do you remember?
Mila Kunis.
Oh, Mila Kunis, yes. And I was like, why? Um,
What do you mean why? She looked incredible on that 70s show. And she's done so much stuff since then.
yeah, but she's nothing compared to like Pedro Pascal or like fucking
I
Halle
don't
Berry.
think I don't think Pedro Pascal is like very good looking. He's a great actor. Don't get me wrong. Like
Well,
Mandalorian
same
is
to
one of my
say,
favorite shows, but I don't think he's like a good looking dude, you know? I don't think he's objectively attractive.
we
Yeah.
can't trust your tastes anyway. You say Zendaya, okay? Who's your celebrity crush?
I don't. I don't know. I don't agree with. Yeah, like the Pedro Pascal. Like I can like look him and be like, yeah, I guess I see it, but I don't
Hmm.
feel it like how everyone else does.
Yeah.
We mash. You mentioned Florence Pugh. Definitely one of my
Yes.
celebrity
Yeah,
crushes.
Florence Pugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Florence
that?
Pugh. Look her up right now.
Is that blasphemous for me to ask that?
Yes.
Well, she's more like new and upcoming, I would say.
He
So,
really
Lauren.
is. Yeah.
yeah.
I love Florence Pugh though.
I
I
don't know
don't
Lauren.
if you
you know who
guys have
Florence Pug?
seen Pug. What?
Pugh, right? That's how it's
Pugh.
spelled. Oh,
Um,
I know who she is. She played Black Widow's sister in the Black Widow movies.
Yes, there you go. That's how we get to Hussein. She
Yeah.
was adorable. universe or whatever they call it.
Yep. Yep.
But I think her debut movie Midsummer.
I think it was one of her big ones. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Midsummer
I
was
love that.
2019.
Okay.
Apparently she was in Oppenheimer too. I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
I heard that.
So good in Oppenheimer.
Mhm. And she's gonna be in Dune Part 2.
Hmm.
Was she in Part 1? I don't remember. I need to rewatch that
No,
movie.
I don't. No, I don't think so.
Uh, there's a lot of good actors and actresses out there. But
Yeah, she's one of my
my
faves up and
mhm,
coming ones.
my OG celebrity crush is probably Rachel Green. I mean Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, right. And I feel like
Yeah,
she aged
especially in
really
France.
well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
She looked really
She's
good.
like style goals in France.
Yeah, yeah. And she looked really good in Horrible Bosses too. Like she looks
I don't think I've
amazing.
seen that.
Do yourself a favor. If you need a
Okay.
comedy, if you need a
Yeah.
comedy, please watch it. There's two. There's one and two. Both so funny.
So good. Okay.
So funny. Yeah.
I'll add
Yeah.
this to the list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a question for y'all, question slash thought. And this is based on the fact that one thing that the three of us all have in common is that we have tattoos. You know, and not everybody in our cohort has tattoos,
wait,
but a
wait.
bunch of people do.
Did you
Mhm.
plan this question?
No, but I was thinking about it earlier today. I was thinking about it today, you know, and I was just thinking about this idea of self-expression, you know, and I think that's why a lot of people get tattoos. And I mean, it's not just tattoos, how you style your hair, you know, or your beard, what makeup you do, what jewelry you wear, what clothes you wear, even, you know. I don't really have a question. I've just been thinking about this. So if y'all have some thoughts, please jump in here. Uh, Maybe my question is, what's your favorite tattoo? But I mean, doesn't really relate to self-expression. I don't know. Thoughts?
Wait, so your question is what our favorite tattoo is and if it relates to our self-expression?
Yes, I
Okay.
guess so. Yeah.
You want to go first, Abby, since you're the guest today?
I guess my favorite tattoo is my first one I got and the biggest one I have. The
Mhm.
dandelion on my thigh. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
know how it relates to my self-expression. I actually was it was embarrassing. I was doing tarot one day and I pulled the dandelion and then I liked what it said about it. And so I was like, oh, a dandelion would be a really nice tattoo. So I got that. Yeah.
Nice.
Kind of reminds me of
Nice.
like my childhood and stuff. Dandelions.
Yeah.
Dandelions are like expressing like innocence and stuff, you know? It's like making wishes and
Yeah.
just a very child thing to
Mhm.
do, like when you make a wish.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
So
And
that's
they're
my
so bright, you know, and like reflect the sunshine. So I think that reflects you very much so.
oh, that's so
Yeah.
also they're very good for bees. So please don't take dandelions out of your garden or mow your lawn that often because the bees need to eat, bro.
Yo,
Mhm.
honestly, if bees go extinct, the world is screwed, you know,
Yeah,
and
It's
they're
fucked.
dangerously low population. Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
More dandelions.
Although dandelions are technically weeds, right?
They are weeds, but I don't really know what honestly, like what does that mean? So
Yeah, weeds are essential.
yeah, they are. They are.
The
Yeah.
Zaza is essential, folks.
Um,
Is it now?
what are your guys' favorite tats?
Hmm, I know mine. Ash, do you know yours?
I think so. Do you want to go first?
Yeah. My Raptors tattoo is hands down my favorite because I'm a big Raptors fan, and I want people to know that I'm a Raptors fan. You know, without even me having to say a thing, and they're looking like, "Oh, this guy's obviously a Raptors fan. If it's on his skin, this guy must love basketball." You know, and that's what I want people to take away from when they look at this specific tattoo. You know, I think sports connect connect a lot of people. The Raptors connect a lot of people in the city, in the GTA specifically. You know, it's something to latch onto. And I think the game of basketball, I've made so many friends, I've made so many connections through just playing with people. And I love so much about the game. I play it, I watch it, I play video games, I do fantasy. I'm obsessed.
You're very passionate about it. Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah. Do
mhm.
you play some basketball yourself, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's been a few weeks since the last time that I played, but I usually play once a week.
Who do you play with? Like, do you play with your friends? Like, do you have a specific group of friends that you play with? Yeah.
So I played in rec leagues before. My most consistent game, my buddy that lives downtown, he's got a half court in his building, so he just kind of books it, and then we usually play on Sundays, just like 4, 5, 6, 7, whoever can come, and we'll play 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 for a
Yeah.
couple hours. Yeah,
That's such a nice little like tradition to have with your
yeah,
friends too.
yeah, yeah. Funny story for you also, when I was living in Ottawa, I was playing ball, and I met this dude there playing ball, and we got really close, and we formed our own team, and I found out like, I
Oh
don't know, 4, 5, 6 months later that we're actually like second cousins or third cousins, that our moms are
Oh my
actually
God.
cousins.
world works in mysterious ways.
How did you
Yeah.
find out?
My mom was like, "Hey, do you know this guy out in Ottawa?" And I was like, "Yeah, mom, I've been talking to you about this guy for like months. What do you mean?" And she's like, "Oh, his mom and me are cousins." And I was like, "Cool, small world."
Yeah.
Uh,
Wow.
yeah.
Indeed.
Rewind back to our original conversation. Match favorite tattoo.
Uh, I think my favorite tattoo would probably be.
I think I asked you this once upon a time.
I feel like my answer changes a lot because I all of them have like meanings behind them, and
Mhm.
I'm not saying tattoos have to have meanings. I actually don't think tattoos have to have meanings at all. Like your body,
Oh.
you do what you want with it. Your body is your.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, I want to say I have. So okay, I'm gonna talk about this one today, I guess. But you guys know that I have this like triangle
Mm-hmm.
tattoo. So this is from a podcast that Abby listens to as well. So it's actually one of the things that bonded us the first time. It was so there's this podcast called This Paranormal Life, and it's run by two people, Kit and Rory, and they're from Ireland. And it's more of a comedy podcast, but they talk about like cryptids and monsters and like ghosts and aliens, whatever have you. But it's really funny. They've been doing it for six
Time.
years. I don't, it's so long. Um,
Mhm.
they actually went on tour recently, and I was supposed to go see them last weekend, but then
Mhm.
I didn't because life just didn't work out that way. But that's okay. The fact is I almost did, and that in itself is exciting.
Cool.
Yeah, like I emailed them asking for permission so I can get their logo, and they emailed
Oh,
saying yes I can, and they shared it on their Instagram page and everything. And
cool.
yeah, I printed out that email and I like posted it on my wall as like a I'm just such a big fan. Yeah,
Yeah.
these guys got me through the pandemic, I would say. Like when for
Mhm.
self-isolating, like it felt like I had company, if that makes sense. Like I don't know if that's
For
really sad
sure.
to say, but like when I was listening to the
Not
podcast,
at
I
all.
didn't feel alone, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
No,
Mm-hmm.
that's beautiful. The pandemic was tough. It was a lonely time for so many people, and if you have something to bring you comfort, that's so beautiful. I love
Mhm.
that. Mhm. Also, I'm pretty sure it was the three of us when we were walking, and our first week,
Yeah.
you two were telling
Yeah.
me about this, and you're gonna give me the lowdown on this podcast, and
Yeah.
how one of them is more attractive than the other. I remember we were talking about
Really?
this. Yes.
I think they're both attractive, but I think I really like Rory myself because I just feel like our senses of humor are more
Mhm.
coinciding.
I knew it was gonna be Rory. I'm like, yeah, I agree. But I love Kit too.
Love Kid too. His
Yeah.
daughter's so cute. His
I
daughter,
know, yeah.
yeah.
It's so
Mhm.
weird, like, because I also listen to this like every night as I fall asleep because it's so
Yeah, me
yeah.
too.
So it's so strange, like that we have that connection. It's like we have this like strong parasocial relationship to these people,
Mhm.
and like we're both experiencing that.
Yeah, you, me, and Damon, your boyfriend.
Yeah, Damon introduced me to them actually. Like
Yeah.
he was huge fans of them for a long time and
Sick.
like has re-listened to like the same episodes like millions of
Yeah.
times.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick. So kind of a moot question, but I'm assuming both you believe in the paranormal if you're big fans of this podcast. Oh, maybe not a moot question.
I I don't know if I do, honestly. Like I'm a huge
Okay.
horror fan, but it doesn't scare me because I don't really feel like I believe in it.
Me too. I think most of
Mhm.
it is like, I don't know, like if we're talking about a cryptid, for example, like recently I went to West Virginia and we went to the Mothman Festival, and that's where Mothman originates because people like sightings and like like people see him
Sure.
there and stuff like that. But also alcohol is a thing and weed is a
Mhm.
thing. And if it's really dark at night and you see two big glowing eyes and wings, that could literally just be an owl. So I think that most of the cryptids that people see are like not actually cryptids, and ghosts, well,
That was gonna be my next question. Do you think ghosts exist?
I don't think so, to be honest. Like I believe
Mhm.
like afterlife, like there's a afterlife, but like I don't, like I think ghosts are just like people. It originates from people not wanting to let go of the dead.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. Abby, do you have anything to add on this
No,
topic?
that's pretty much exactly how I feel. Like I
Mhm.
think people can kind of convince themselves of something and think it's real for them, which it's like if you're grieving, if
Yeah.
you're drunk one night, you see something.
For sure.
But like
For sure.
me, there's like I'm just a very like scientific person and there's no proof.
Mhm.
So I'm like, where's the proof? And I
Mhm.
wish I honestly like I wish it was some of that was real because it's fun. Like I
It is
love spooky.
fun. Like, have you
Yeah.
guys ever done like a haunted walk or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's so fun to like I Halloween was my favorite holiday growing up, and we're approaching that season right now. Yeah, but I love dressing up. I loved watching horror movies. I love listening to
Mhm.
scary stories and like the
Mhm.
decorations. I love jump scares. I love like haunted walks is something that I
Mhm.
do. Yeah, like I don't believe in that stuff necessarily, but it's just the vibe, I think.
The
It's fun.
vibe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spooky season for sure. Okay, so tangent question. Do either of you think aliens exist? Do you think
Yes.
there's intelligent life in the universe?
Scientifically, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
100%. 100.
Mm-hmm.
Why do
There's
you
Why?
no
think that, Abby? Because my reasoning is that there's way too many solar systems out there in this universe for there not to be aliens.
That's how I feel. And I also feel like humans are so like self-centered and think like if we think like we're the only life out there, like I think that's like baloney.
Egotistical.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Like the
Mm-hmm.
fuck's wrong with you if you think that?
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
literally infinite amount of solar systems and
Yeah.
like space.
We
And
don't
like
even know how big space is. That's
yeah,
the
we
The
have no
universe is
idea. Like
expanding.
we're
Yeah.
like smaller than this, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
smaller than this.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
about you, Hussein?
I 100% agree with both of you that I think the universe is just too big. It's just too big for there not to be intelligent life out there. You know, I don't, and it's very possible that that intelligent life looks nothing like how they've been depicted in the
Yeah.
movies and the media that we watch. They could look entirely different, but I firmly believe that there is some sort of intelligent life out there. Universe
Yeah.
is just too big, and it's expanding, constantly expanding.
Yeah, whether they're more advanced than us or like at dinosaur level, it's like
Mm-hmm.
there's still life out there because those are aliens too, technically.
Even if
Mm-hmm.
they're little amoebas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, another question. If you could send out a pod of like, okay, so if you could create like a box of everything you want to send to an alien race that defines humanity, what would you put in that box? Like if you were to ship that box out into outer space and a race of aliens were to find that box, what would they find inside of it? You know what I mean?
How big is the
This is
box?
a great question.
Okay, let's say it's big enough for you to fit like 5 things in there.
5 things that define humanity.
Yeah, like just like so they get an idea of what our people are about. Like, would you put a bag of Doritos in there? Like, would you put like a Smirnoff Ice, an
Oh
iPhone?
my God.
Yeah, like a pack of weed. Like, what would you put in that box?
That sounds like a great box.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like CDs of all the greatest hits,
So
But they don't have
there's so
any
many.
way to
Sorry, go
play
ahead.
it.
what if they do though? We don't know. Like they just find it, you know? Like yeah,
A
we can just
USB?
sorry?
A USB file,
Yeah.
maybe?
But then what would be in that USB? Like Avatar The Last Airbender? Like what?
Oh my God, I don't know.
All 3
Hussein,
seasons.
can you go first?
I wouldn't even know where to begin because this is such a great question on so many layers because humanity looks different to each of us, right? Based on our own personal experiences, where the language that we speak, the school that we attend, the country that we live in, the people that we surround ourselves with, it's gonna look so different. Humanity's gonna look different to me versus somebody in China, somebody in Pakistan, right? Somebody in Gaza right now. What would they think about humanity? This tragedy, what's happening over there right now. I didn't mean to put a downer on this, but like there's so much happening on social media about
Yeah.
this,
Yeah,
and war is a big part of human history. It's
That's
a
true.
huge
It
part
is.
of human history,
yeah,
you know.
that's true.
Uh,
I don't know.
yeah, maybe my initial thought was to put some kind of scripture in the box,
Mm,
just to tease about religion out there, just because
Mhm.
that is a big part of humanity as well.
that's
But
huge.
again, there's so many people who are not religious, or
Yeah,
who
that's
don't
like
believe in a
which
higher power.
religious
So
scripture would you put in there as well, right?
my default would be the Quran because I'm Muslim, you
Yeah.
know. But again, that's not the only religion out there, and there's some people who don't believe in religion. So, hmm.
Mine were
Uh,
more like I would like put a bag of Lay's chips in there.
what
Um
flavor?
Originals, because that's what you could say. I would put like a CD of Shrek in there because that defines humanity. I would put in a bunch of memes, um, a newspaper article from like,
Mhm.
nowadays, like, I don't know,
Hmm.
maybe there's so many options. Like maybe a Kit Kat bar, like like a little gift box of like, hi, we're human. Have some. Like. Yeah.
I know I also thought about like what literature I would put in. I'm like, maybe like
Mhm.
would I put in like Shakespeare or something? Like,
Yeah, that's
right?
good.
Like,
Big part of human
because
history, yeah.
that's just like really transcended time. So I'm like,
Mhm.
and it like
Uh,
everyone has a different interpretation. So, but I
yeah.
feel like there's also so many other good things, so many other things that have been written.
Mhm. Like I would even consider putting Harry Potter in there because they're one of the most popular book series in the world,
Yeah.
regardless of how J.K. Rowling is as a
Maybe
person.
we should put in a DVD set of like Alien, like the movie. Alien versus Predator.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
That'd be so much
Avatar.
fun. That'd be so much
Avatar,
fun.
like literally about aliens. Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
so much fun, yeah. And they'll see it and they'll be like, "Is this what they think of us?"
I feel like also
Oh.
art, some kind of art.
Yeah,
Mhm.
art like the Mona Lisa or something.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Some kind of art that like has significance.
Yeah, again, art and music, we were talking, this
Yeah.
conversation started because of self-expression, right? Art and music are basic forms of human expression, I think.
Hmm.
Maybe I'll put a Kanye West CD in there.
Yeah. Kanye West. But put in like Kanye from beginning to end and have them observe the evolution of Kanye.
With zero context about his life, just his
Oh my
music.
God. Put some Drake in there.
That's some Drizzy, yeah. Why do
Yeah.
we always have Drake come up in an episode? Like, just
Do
This
you
time it wasn't me.
actually?
This time it wasn't me, man.
Oh my
I,
god.
I'm guarantee you, Abby wasn't even thinking about the fact that we talk about Drake so much.
I was.
Yeah.
So Abby, if you've seen previous episodes, you'll know that we've been trying to get Drake on. When I say trying to get Drake on here, I mean just talking about him a lot in the hopes that he'll come on here because I love him and Mash thinks he's a big douchebag.
So
So
do I.
if you have any connections, you know, that could potentially get us in touch with him somehow, some way,
Can't
please.
say I
give us
do.
a hand.
I wish. I'll manifest for you guys.
Thanks. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Come on.
Do you all have a favorite Drake song?
When I was in high school, I really liked If You're Reading, like the album If You're Reading This, It's
This
Too
is
Late.
too late. Yeah.
I listened to it a lot, but I don't know what my favorite one would be. There's one
He's got so
I
many.
always have on like a workout playlist. 1 second.
Yeah. I saw on
Yeah.
social media recently that he has as many singles as Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know Michael Jackson had that many.
Michael Jackson was making music for decades, since like the Jackson 5, since he was a kid.
Mhm.
I guess I was a bit out of touch with that one. Michael Jackson was big for my mom, though. My mom was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
one of the greatest entertainers to ever live. For sure. For sure. Also, conspiracy theory is that Michael Jackson was actually an alien, and that's why he looks so different throughout his life, you know.
Oh my god. I can believe it. I'm very
Yeah,
easily
right?
convinced.
Maybe there are aliens among us.
Yeah.
well, there's a theory that like Obama and like all the other presidents of the United States were all lizard people controlling the government.
Yeah, lizard people.
Lizard or wizard?
Lizard people, not wizard.
Okay.
Lizard.
As
Like
in as in like they're part lizard or as in they worship lizards?
like they're lizard people. Like if they
They
like zipped themselves,
they unzip
yeah.
and then they're a lizard.
Can someone become a lizard person? Because I'm very intrigued right now.
I think you're born a lizard person.
Yeah. Like you
So I
crawl out
can't be
of
president. I also wasn't born in the US.
did you guys ever like believe in like the Illuminati and stuff?
Kinda, yeah.
What do you mean did?
I used to watch like Shane Dawson videos. Did you guys?
Who's Shane Dawson?
Oh my god, this like old YouTuber and
Yeah.
yeah. Um he posted a lot of conspiracy theory videos and I loved them. But no, I feel like the Illuminati is real. Like this Church of Scientology and stuff. Like there's a lot
Yeah.
of weird celebrities out there.
Yeah. My cousin's old job, the place he used to work was in the Masonic Temple, young and something. And I remember like I went and hung out there a couple of times, like work parties, but even just after work, just to hang out with him. And he showed me some stuff that in that building, like secret passages and secret passageways and cool features in the building that you wouldn't know about unless you actually spent time in the building or somebody showed them to you, you know. And he's like, yeah, like the stonemasons were definitely like on this building and they were real. So just another you know, iota proof that they exist.
Dang.
And there's even like theories that the aliens built the pyramids because they're so like impossibly like mathematically particular or even ancient buildings in general. But I also feel like that's just us saying or like underestimating people back in those days, especially people of color. But that's a whole other topic, I think.
I think a part of that is also the technology that was or wasn't available then, you know, makes it seem implausible that people could have built it, but not impossible.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know? Friends, we have about 3 minutes or so left on this episode. This is actually a really fun episode. Abby, I'm
Yeah.
so glad that you came on here. Like, this is one of my favorite
Oh,
episodes today,
thanks,
for sure.
guys.
For sure.
Let's finish off with what your guys' Halloween plans are.
I think my parents are gonna be out, so I'm gonna sit home and give out candy to all the kiddos. You know,
Mhm.
it's Halloween's one of my favorite. If it wasn't taboo for someone of my age to go trick or treating, I would be out there getting candy.
I
You
know,
know?
me too. I wish it
Mhm.
wasn't taboo.
Yeah.
On Halloween, I will also hand out candy. I sit outside my apartment building and like
Nice.
try to get kids to come.
Nice.
And then
Come here, kids. Look
Come
what I
here.
got for you.
my friend is hosting a Halloween party, which I'm so glad for because I always want to do something, but I don't want to
Mm.
host. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna just dress up as Kiki from Kiki's Delivery Service because it's very easy.
Yeah,
And I'm
that's
not feeling like coming up with a whole concept this year. So
Mhm.
that's my
that's a really good costume for you.
yeah, I have the hair for it right now. So
Yeah, you do.
yeah.
Sick. One of my
Well,
go-to costumes is just throwing on one of my jerseys because I have so many of them. You know, I'm just like, oh, I'm this sports player for today.
true.
I have a
Oh,
Halloween party tomorrow at work that I'm hosting.
Oh,
It's gonna be
sick.
like so many kids there. I'm excited. I'm gonna be Mario. So yeah. And then I think I'm going out to a bar next weekend. And for that one, I'm gonna be like slutty Patrick. Like Patrick, but with like the fishnet tights.
oh my god,
Oh.
that's amazing.
Epic, epic, epic. That's gonna
Yeah.
be so much fun. Take pictures and show us, please.
Yes,
I
please.
will.
I need to see
Yeah,
pictures of that.
yeah. Hope it goes great. Friends, fans of the show, listeners, thank you so much for joining us again. Tell us if you believe in the paranormal. Tell us if you love Halloween. Tell us your favorite Drake song. Tell us if you like us. You know, we want to hear from you.
We want
Ah,
validation. Yeah.
yeah, we love you
Yeah.
all so much. And as always, 262, we love you.
One
Uh,
love, one heart.
one love, yeah. Thank you
Abby,
so
you gotta
much.
do the whole thing.
What
Yeah,
is
it's
that?
this, and then this. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's us bonding. This is us
Yeah.
bonded
Oh,
together.
that's cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Peace.
For joining us, Abby. Thank you for being our guest this week.
Thank you for having
Pleasure
me,
having you.
guys.